Hello YouTube, it's me Horsepower, back again with another video. Today I'm going to install this Spectra Performance radiator right here. It was like 82 bucks in Rock Auto. I think is the most favorite one on there. So let me show you what my coolant looks like right now. And what I think is happening is that my transmission is leaking into my coolant. As you can see, that's some pretty nasty coolant. The radiator itself is pretty nasty, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace the radiator. Now I'm looking at this, I'm wondering if I bought the right radiator. Because this looks a lot smaller than the one I have right now. And if that is the case, then you see where I opened it up after running it just for a little bit and all that came out. And if that is the case, then I may have to go and purchase another radiator if this is too big. So I'm gonna go mock it up right now and I'll be back. So my new radiator is pretty much a direct fit. Not sure if you can hear that well because of the wind. Let me get under the hood right here. So it's pretty much a direct fit. I'm also going to try to fix the seals in the on the base of the carburetor. Turns out you're not supposed to just crank it all the way down. So got that going for me. Not really sure how I'm going to go about this because it looks like the area to drain the radiator down there is pretty much right by the steering gearbox, so I'm going to get coolant all over everything. And then it doesn't look too hard to take apart. I just got to mind the plastic shroud here. I think as long as I can get these bolts right here undone, and hopefully it won't be too messy. So let's have at it. Well, as expected, it did not work as well as I wanted to at all. Probably kind of my fault. I probably should have put some sort of hose or something on there. Yeah, because when it shot out, you can see kind of how far it shot out. My engine's going to smoke after this. So yeah, that's where it drains out, right there, where all that fluid's running out. And yeah, so it pretty much shot out all over the steering gearbox. And so yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I have any rags or anything really to cover that up. Here's a little drain plug, or valve or something. I don't know what this is. This looks like some homemade concoction right here. So I don't really know quite what that is. Looks like there's a hole in it, but I don't know what this is. So radiator's draining out slowly, and let's see. Yeah, you can't quite see in there, but you can see all the stuff I was telling you about, all the rust and everything. And hopefully this is trans fluid. So if whatever, because the transmission intercooler is also in here, and the AC condenser is on the front. Someone pulling in. That I am really hoping that is trans fluid, and whatever was in here for the transmission is just broken. Like, I don't know if it froze or something like that, and then popped. So that's the hope, and I'm gonna try and get this radiator out. So yeah, let's get started. Well, It went rather well, I guess, and I was right. I knew that there was a transmission intercooler in here, inside the radiator rather, but now I know because there's trans fluid in the ground mixed with coolant. And moving the radiator wasn't that bad. It was kind of trying to figure out where everything was. Oh, this is an aftermarket radiator too, so it's Harrison on it. I'm not sure if you can really see it that well. So, yeah, here it is. And here's the AC condenser right in front. That looks pretty alright. And the fan shroud actually comes off in 2 pieces. So that was actually really convenient. I didn't need to fight with it or anything. All I needed to do was just unscrew it. And I guess whoever took it before couldn't be bothered to put all the screws back in. So there's only 2 screws holding it in. So that was pretty nice. That was kind of tough wrangling around the AC line. I wonder if I should cut this. And again, I might actually run AC in this truck. I don't know yet. If everything's there, I just gotta make sure that the condenser over here doesn't leak, or not the condenser, the reservoir over here doesn't leak, and everything works. So yeah, let's take a look at the radiator. As you can see, it's pretty bad. There's some spots of corrosion here, and here, but on the back side it looks a lot worse. See there, down there. So I'm wondering if this radiator did possibly blow or something at one point. So anyway, out with the old and in with the new. But the new radiator shouldn't be a hassle. I think the biggest part is flushing it, because I'm gonna have to get down here in the wet again probably, and I'm not gonna like that. So let's get started. So there's one problem here. It appears that my new radiator is actually a bit shorter than my old radiator, and the rubber spacers that were, for all intents and purposes, gone at the bottom of my old radiator only raised it up about this much. So I'm going to try and figure out a solution to how much it will raise it. The trans lines are raising it on this side just a bit, to where if it was sitting like that, I think it'd be alright. So I'm gonna have to figure out some way to do that. I may break out my stick welder and see if I can't whip up some brackets. I don't even know what I would need, really. I just gotta take a look at it and see what I can concoct. Maybe the fan shroud will hold it and it won't rattle loose or anything like that, but I don't know. I also forgot I was recording, so I got some good footage of work to put in. So even though it may look kind of boring, So yeah, I guess I'll put the camera back on the tripod and put it back in. Honestly though, this is pretty easy. I'm not really sure what time it is or how long it took me to do this, but getting to this point only took me about 14 minutes. So yeah, it's not too bad. I'm looking at those valve covers and I'm thinking, how am I going to get those on? Also the headers too. I'm not sure how I'm going to do headers as well. But, so yeah. That's what I've gotten so far. And hopefully I should have this buttoned up, and I'll look online how to burp a radiator. Make sure this thing doesn't overheat, sit in my driveway. I might actually go and take the carburetor off and redo the gaskets. Hopefully I could just lift it off without having to pull everything apart. I don't know if the brake booster and back will let me though. So, anywho, let's get started. Alright, so it is apparent that I'm going to have to figure out something to either lift that radiator up just a couple of inches, and hopefully it'll seat that way and not move around or anything like that. Or I'm going to have to figure out a way to hold it from the top. I really don't know which would be easier. So, I guess I'll go inside the garage, take a little break, and kind of brainstorm a bit. And I'll be back in a sec. Well, while I'm waiting for my radiator to cool down, I figured I might as well put these new speakers in. I ordered these online, some Boss speakers. I saw these at the at work, but they were asking too much for them, so I just went to eBay and found the exact same speakers and a box for a lot cheaper than what they were asking. So I'm gonna put these in while I'm waiting for my radiator to cool down. I'll drain it out, and I'll put some ATF fluid in there, and I sure hope it's not going to overheat. I don't think it will. I mean, I definitely let water get into the system, and the radiator flush stuff get in the system. So hopefully when it comes out, I saw it was getting cloudy as it was coming out of the system, so hopefully that'll get some of that stuff out of there. And I might actually pay for a professional to do another radiator flush sometime down the road. So, alright, let me get these speakers worked on, and hopefully these will sound a lot nicer than the speakers I have in there now. They sound good, but the problem is it rattles, and I think it's because it doesn't have an enclosure to sit in. So, I think I'm going to put those speakers in the Dodge, because I blew the speakers in the Dodge. Well, I finished with the speakers, and my radiator is cool enough for me to actually touch it, so I'm going ahead and draining it right now. See, there it goes. Still got quite a lot in it. Should be getting close to empty soon. So I guess I bought too much. That's wildly too much, because it said 19 quarts for my radiator system. I'm not even sure it's cleaner. It looks a lot clearer. I mean, it still has that green tint to it, but I feel a lot better about this now. Well, you know what? This just means that in the future, I'll drive this around with a new radiator for a bit, and when it comes time, like I guess closer to fall or so, I'll probably do another radiator flush with the materials I already have. So all you do is just head to Walmart and buy a $2 bottle of the chemical, and I should be good to go. Not sure if I want to get to my carb today, if I want to replace those gaskets. It's still plenty light outside, so I guess I will. And then Tuesday, I don't have anything going on, so I can just sit at home and relax. So, anywho, I'm going to fill the radiator back up again. Alright, YouTube, that'll be it for today. I decided against messing around with the carburetor gasket today. It's about 7 right now. I think I started doing the radiator around 2. It didn't really take that long to put in the radiator. It was just taking it out, and then I had to let it run and then let it cool down. So after that was all said and done, I kind of just lost interest in doing the carburetor gasket. I know I need to, because when I was letting this thing run and it was running really rough, so I decided to try and push in the choke a little bit, to open up the choke a little bit to see if it would run a little better. And it started to run really good. I was like, okay, this is, alright. And then pop, pop, like as loud as a gunshot, actually. I got a call from a neighbor asking me if I was alright, because they just heard pop, pop, and then they didn't see me. So, yeah, so that's something I gotta fix. I was reading online, and they said that the distributor might be a problem. I do plan on upgrading the distributor anyway as soon as I put in the Edelbrock intake. Whether or not I'm going to do that before or after my lift is the question. I'm going to be going to a buddy's house, or actually a friend of a friend's house, and we're going to be doing the lift there. I bought a 4-inch lift kit, and I'm obviously pretty fucking stoked about that. So that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see this thing lifted, because it looks pretty mean right now, and I think with a 4-inch lift it'll make it look really nice. I don't know if I'm going to run bigger tires. I'm thinking about it. My buddy says I should run 35s. I think I want to run 30s, but I want to see how these tires I got on here from Firestone look. They're pretty skinny, so I might end up getting bigger tires anyway, which is kind of a shame. Well, it's not too bad for all terrains go. I only paid about $500 for these tires, so that's not really too bad as far as all terrains go. So yeah, I'm going to be putting the lift on. I've got the bull bars. I still got to mock up something. And let's see, what else have I got going on. Pretty much it. I found out I bought way too much coolant and water. I probably could have gotten away with just 2 or 3 bottles of coolant, bottles of water. But now I have plenty of bottles of coolant and water to last me for a while. So sometime down the road I need to, once again, like I said, if I want to flush my radiator again, I'm thinking that's going to happen around fall. I'll do that. But I'm really excited to see this truck get a lift. That's what I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, I'm probably, instead of having to take the carburetor off the manifold again, and put the gaskets on and put it back on, knowing I have the intake manifold sitting in the passenger seat of my truck right now, waiting to be put on, I think I'm just going to get the gaskets for the intake manifold, got the gaskets for the valve covers, probably going to order a new PCV valve from Rock Auto, and hopefully that comes with a grommet, because there's a grommet on the valve covers I was painting, but I lost it somewhere and it hasn't turned up since. So anyway, I think that's going to call it a wrap. I also want to put the new intake manifold on. I'm going to probably buy a performance distributor. There's one I had my eye on at the place I work at, so I'll probably get that with my employee discount. I think somebody recommended the ACCEL brand. I think it's the SL. I'm not sure, but how to pronounce that. But somebody recommended that. I wanted to go MSD, but then I look at the MSD kit and it's like $500, and I was like thinking, yeah, no. So yeah, I think I'll go with that one, because I know we have that one at where I work, and I'll probably get it timed there again as well. So that'll be pretty interesting. I can't wait to see how that turns out. Hopefully, I think with a better distributor, it'll idle smoother and maybe get better gas mileage too, because it just, since everything's new, it's gonna fire dead on. I sure hope. I'm not sure, because I was looking at a Hot Rod Garage, or no wait, it's not Hot Rod Garage. I think it was Motor Trend, the Motor Trend trend on YouTube, or I think Hot Rod Garage is like a show from Motor Trend. I'm really tired and I've had anything to eat all day, so that's also influenced my decision not to do the carburetor gasket. But it seems like you can preserve your timing with when you're putting in a new distributor, because how the gears mesh up, and you have to make sure the gears mesh up with the new distributor. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also thinking about installing a tack. I mean, a tack is kind of just child's play, honestly, at this point. It's not really that important. I want to install a tack because I want to see, you know, what the RPMs are like when I'm revving and whatnot, and see if I'm risking, you know, blowing this thing up. I'm really surprised how loud it backfired, though. That was really bad. I'm hoping it doesn't do that again as I'm backing into the garage. It smokes too, so I'm not sure if what that is, if it's varnish burning off, because I think the last time I did a video was the last time I drove this truck, and then I've been so busy lately and I'm about to be busy again. So I can't wait till this thing has a lift, because then I'll have no choice but to daily it, because it's going to be outside in the driveway instead of inside the garage, because it probably won't fit inside the garage with a 4-inch lift. I'm hoping the Dodge fits in the garage, so I was thinking about test fitting that today, but I kind of don't want to, because this thing starts backfiring bad again. I just want to get it back into the garage as fast as I can, and that's it. I'm hoping that I have enough train fluid in there too, from when I dumped like a good portion of it out. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one.